Alright, well, welcome to this video. So what we're going to be looking into today is how to play Cav, but also not even just her, but roamers in general. So if we can just hop into it. The match you're seeing in the background right now is a match on, as you can see, Consulate Secure Area. I've been playing with some buddies. I believe there's 3 of us partied up, and then the 2 randoms. So the 2 randoms happen to have a mic, but as you'll be seeing here in this next clip, I'm going to be doing my reinforcing stuff like that, like you normally do at the beginning of a round, and I'm going to be going and trying to make rotation holes and trying to come up with scenarios in my head on what I'm going to be doing through this match. So this isn't going to be for like any of the higher level of play. It could be. Maybe you would be able to pull something out of this that might help you play better, but that's not really the target audience here. It's kind of like lower level players, helping them to get better with this operator and along with any of the other roamers. So as you can see, what I'm doing right now is just kind of opening up the map a little bit so I'm able to move around later, and I'm kind of having a scenario play out in my head while I'm making these rotation holes, trying to get like a game plan down. As you see later on from me making this hatch open, I'll be able to get some intel about them joining the area, so I have an idea that they're going to be pushing here some point, but you'll see that later on. So as right now I'm just trying to kind of get information from where they're entering the map and play my next move on how they enter, and if there are any like solos, and if there are, I will try and pick them off first, kind of make my presence known. And one of the main jobs as a roamer is you could get frags, but to waste time. That's when like a good cav, vigil, just any roamer helps the team, because they start making the enemy team almost kind of have to like push and find you first, or you're going to be a huge thorn in their side, especially if you're able to pick up a couple kills along the way of the match and how it progresses. And sometimes you're able to kind of target enemies, as you'll see probably later in the video, that again I open a hatch and I see a couple different enemies, and at that point you have to figure out your target prioritization. Who do you want to go after first? Who would be the biggest help, biggest hindrance to the other team for you to take out? So right now I'm just kind of trying to make my presence known and trying to get them to kind of come after me. I seen there's droning a little bit, so I'm kind of expecting them to try and come get me so they don't have to worry about me coming up as a flank later on. I'm just kind of looking around, listening to my teammates, even if they're kind of raging a little bit in the background. But as a roamer, you also want to be able to convey information to your team, what you hear, where you think they're coming from, any gadgets you see deployed. So we'll see like an air jab, so we gotta let them know that they have a nomad. And I'm the only roamer here, so it's not really that big of a deal, but it's still nice knowing who you're going up against. So now I'm kind of just looking around, seeing what I'm able to do. I kind of hear people in this area, so I'm sitting here and trying to sit still, listen, and once I hear like a target or two, I'm going to try and move in. Though I heard the one farther upstairs, and I didn't continue with it, and as you've seen, it just got me killed. I focused on the one when I should have tried maybe going out and around and through like the main lobby up to piano room and finish her. Maybe I would have been able to pull it off better that way. So here's another thing I'm thinking of, is trying to defend the hatch a little bit and hopefully shooting it first, and then reinforcing on the debris will like hide a lot of it so they might not notice it. It actually tends to work out. So the past couple matches I have opened up that main hatch, and the first round I end up trying to like put some pressure on the other team from that hatch, so I didn't open it that time, hoping they would think maybe I'm not up there this time, and hopefully they don't notice the hole. Now, if it was like a good drone, person were to go through and look, you also need to get in the habit of looking up at the ceiling above hatches, above certain places like that, because it's an easy way to defend the hatch, and if the enemy team doesn't know you're up there, it's equals out to be some pretty easy kills too. So I heard an explosion coming over here. I see a few, so I know he's going to be above the objective. And I'm not entirely sure who the hard breacher is yet, so I'm going to sit here and just kind of wait, see if a thermite comes up, or see if a Habana uses her pellets, trying to listen, seeing what I hear. I see the Habana pellets, I'm going to wait, see if she does any more, hear them start going off, so I throw it down. They now know I'm up there. So I'm going to kind of move around, see if they're going to come up and try to get me first. I'm not hearing a whole lot. So I see it was just drowned out, so I feel like I'm about to get pushed here soon. Trying to think, how can I help? What is my next move? Blow the hatch, hoping they think I'm going to be pushing from that area. The lion thinks I was over there, so I just hop down and I'm out. So the other team thinks I'm going back. Hopefully I was able to fool someone into following me. That was my plan here. And then gotten by Jackal. So just kind of moving around. I don't want to be shot through anywhere, like any walls or anything. It's kind of dumb standing there. The hatch is open, so then I hear someone upstairs and I just choke. So on to the next match. Well, he's trying to set up for a later game, well, late in game. I have an idea, and so I'd also be able to move around more stealth-like, so I'd be able to do my job and be able to do what I'm supposed to here as Cav. So again, presence is known. Gonna go for a little spawn peek here. Gonna speed it up here. I picked one off, so I'm just gonna head off now that they know I was in that area, so I'm gonna try and kind of throw them off. Wait up here and see what I hear. I think they'd push me or not. Not entirely sure what's all going on right now, so I'm gonna hold back down. I heard a call earlier about them being on stairs, so I'm slowly pushing that way. Can hear him. I heard a grenade, and I seen Buck up there. Finish him off. So I know there's one up there. No Jackal's out there. And try and go for a kill here. The information you get from interrogation is an amazing tool, but you also need to know when to push and when to just let off. So here I'm starting to get kind of like confident, stuff like that. Missed some shots. So here I should have just continued back, like towards the objective, kind of push off. But instead I just sat here and waited. See if he'd engage me again. Listen, seeing what information I can gather. A reason why I'm kind of looking around like that, I can't tell if he's crouched or not. Kind of sent here behind kind of a harder surface. Missed some shots and he ends up killing me. You need to also know as a roamer what fights to take when you need to back off, and that's not something like you can look for in a bullet point list. It's kind of situational. So again, just kind of setting up for later round. Any hatches, make it easier to traverse from level to level. See if I can get another spawn peek in. I don't think I was able to land any shots there. Seeing them over next to the little sign area. I was hoping maybe it'd push him again. So instead of, like, if you think you've been seen, instead of doing what I'm doing here, this is a mistake. Continuing to peek from the same angle, and so I should have backed off, but ended up as a kill. I thought I was seen earlier, but if I was seen, that wouldn't have played out that way. It's kind of, again, situational. If you think you've been seen, if not, you know. So, sounds like they're kind of in the bathroom area, and I seen the shadow of a sledge, his gun. So I play off that. And then the dude freaking leaves. It's unfortunate. It's whatever. So catch an eye on him, laying some shots, speeding it up through. Just kind of trying to apply pressure so we know it's going to be just one dude. So I'm just going to sit here and try and play time. I could have probably stayed out for a little bit longer, but I didn't feel completely comfortable with the castle being an objective. I don't know if you heard that. I thought it was kind of funny, the sped up, like, oh, but I didn't feel very comfortable with how low castle was, so I decided to come back into objective. But anyway, I hope this has helped you guys kind of understand a little bit more on how to play as a roamer, and I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy, and remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.